We have some significant breaking news from the Montreal Canadiens. Carey Price will officially be on leave from the team. We'll discuss the situation coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some significant breaking news from the Montreal Canadiens. It was just recently announced here in the last few minutes that the Montreal Canadiens netminder Carey Price is going to be on leave from the team for an indefinite period of time as he voluntarily enters a player assistance program. This could be a variety of reasons that he's seeking help for. Of course, we really don't know. We probably never will unless he decides to speak openly about this situation. Regardless, we certainly hope that he's able to get help for whatever it is he needs and move past whatever the issue is. Carey Price is one of the most genuine people around the NHL. You really, in my opinion at least, can't help but like him. I mean, regardless of what you think of the Habs as a team, regardless of what you think of Carey Price as a player, there's just been so many situations that he just seems to be such a genuine, good person and done so many good things for so many young fans that I just really wish the best for him and hope that whatever it is he's seeking assistance with, that it works out, he gets the help he needs, and he's able to move on with his NHL career, because this would be a major blow to the Montreal Canadiens, depending on the outcome or how long he ends up being away. Now, when players enter this player assistance program, it's really difficult to say how long they're going to be away, because for starters, like I said, we don't really know the full reason. Like, I know the most recent example that I can think of, at least, and there could have been one in between, maybe I'm forgetting here, but I remember Bobby Ryan doing this a couple years ago with the Ottawa Senators. We didn't really know what was happening. Once he completed everything and came back, he did open up about it and talked about the fact that he was struggling with an alcohol addiction. Obviously went through a rehab program. I think it was like a 30-day program, and then he had to go through a whole bunch of steps to get back. And he was out for a significant period of time. Now, like I said, I don't know what Carey's issue is and how long it's going to be. Probably fair to say that it's going to be 30 days or longer. I don't know. But it certainly makes even more sense now that they picked up Samuel Montembeault. I don't know if the Habs might have already had a heads up or an inkling that this might be happening, or if this was just, sudden news today. I don't really know that regard, but still, it's significant in the sense that we hope he can get what he needs, and it's obviously a major blow for a team that's looking to start the season here after coming off a magical Stanley Cup Finals appearance, coming real close to winning the Cup against the Tampa Bay Lightning, to all of a sudden starting this season with a very different looking team. Now, of course, their two leaders on this team for the last number of years, really, have been Carey Price and Shea Weber. They were the backbones of this team. They are no longer there. Shea Weber is not playing this season, and there's a really high probability that his career will be over. He will likely be on long-term injury reserve the remainder of his contract, or at least that's the way things look here today. We got Carey Price now stepping away for this player assistance program, which we don't really know how long he's going to be away. So at least to start the year, those two big pillars back there, not with them. From a leadership perspective and just from a backbone experience perspective, that's a major, major blow. Do they have players on this team that can be leaders? Sure they do. But still, you can't replace those guys on and off the ice. It's just that you can do the best you can, but you're never going to completely replace them. It's just not possible, in my opinion. They also are dealing with a plethora of other injuries to start the year as well. I mean, for example, the newly signed Mike Hoffman likely misses the start of the season, so that's not a good start for him. Obviously, up front, we already knew that Paul Byron, after the end of the season, had a pretty serious surgery. He's going to be out until about December, January, so he's missing. And also the newly acquired Cedric Paquette, also dealing with an injury. Right now, it's not confirmed that he will or will not be able to play opening night. I know they're leaning towards more likely that he will be, but still he's been banged up. We also saw, even though it doesn't appear to impact the start of his season, Cole Caulfield even had an incident and injury here during preseason training camp where he missed a chunk of camp too. So certainly not the start you want. And then on the blue line, you're already missing Weber. And now Joel Edmondson's going to be out for about 3 weeks. So that's another big blow. So obviously we know last year the Montreal blue line and their defense was a huge part of what led them to be so successful. Well, they were often referred to by many media members as the Big Four. The top 4D were not only big as in like a sense of important, but they all have good size, strength, decent mobility for the most part, and were a huge part in shutting down other teams. So obviously Weber, Edmondson, Petrie, Sherratt, and now two of those four pillars are not there. And on the blue line, without Edmondson and Weber there to start the year, if either like Sherratt or Petrie happen to get hurt, they're royally in trouble when it comes to their blue line, in my opinion. Now, you've also got a situation as well where they're hoping that Alexander Romanov can really take a major step, and the more things happen here, the more that's going to be necessary. You've had a very inconsistent Brett Kulak. I'm not sure what's going to happen with him and what his future is. You get Chris Weidman, newly signed, looking okay, but really probably not really capable of doing more than a third pair kind of guy, maybe a 6-7 player, somebody go in and out of the lineup, but make the most of it. You got Sammy Niku, who you just signed after he got out of his contract in Winnipeg. First shift on the ice in preseason action, gets hit, and he's out with a concussion. So, they are banged and battered already, and the season hasn't even started, not to mention this Price situation on top of it. I mean, they do have capable guy in Jake Allen, who I think can hold down the fort and give them a chance to win. Samuel Montembeault comes over off the waiver wire in Florida. Obviously, he'll get a chance to stick around. With Price being out for an extended time now, there's confidence there, but they can only do so much too. So if your blue line's battered and you don't have your star goaltender, it just has a real potential for a potential, slow or bad start. And if things get too out of control early on, it can be really, really tough to battle back. You don't make the playoffs in October, but you can lose making the playoffs in October if you have a terrible start. Look at the Senators last year, prime example. I know they're in a different level, not exactly the same thing, but they had 2 wins in their first 15 games, but they won 16 or 17 of their last 20, and they were still a ways out, right? But they lost. Their season was done after 20 games because of that bad start. And we've seen it with other situations too. So a good hot start in a really tough division with teams like the Leafs, the Panthers, the Lightning, the Bruins, etc., is important here, and it's going to be challenging. So your other players that have come in, your Christian Dvoraks, your Alexander Romanovs, your Cole Caulfields, your Nick Suzuki's are really going to be that much more important here and see what they can do. But for today, I guess for right now, we'll certainly wish Carey Price the best. Well, like I said, we don't know what exactly he's dealing with. We probably will not because of privacy, which is totally acceptable, unless he decides to be open and speak about it once he's done dealing with whatever it is he's got going on. And we'll wish him the best, and I certainly hope for his sake and for his wife Angela and his young children that everything works out, he gets the help he needs, and can move forward with his career. But this is no doubt going to be a major impact for the Montreal Canadiens. So certainly let me know your thoughts on everything going on here with the Habs. There's already some talk as well that because of all those blue line situations that we might see either a waiver wire pickup to add an extra piece of another depth defenseman, or we might see the Habs maybe pull off maybe nothing too significant, but a small trade to add another experienced blue liner back there as well. Because of everything going on. So we'll see if anything comes through with those rumors. There's going to be a lot of players on waivers the next couple of days. So we'll just see here how Marc Bergevin decides to handle that situation. So let me know your thoughts down below. We'll discuss further. Of course, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest news, rumors, and analysis for all 32 NHL teams throughout the entire season, 365 days a year. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.